Hello and welcome back. In this video I'd like to talk about something called blind contour drawing, and this is simply drawing an object where you 100% look at the object you are drawing and 0% look at your lines, as in your drawing itself. So I've selected a few different objects here as examples for things you could draw. We've got some fruit here, and I've got a little cup as well, a little tiny teacup or espresso cup. So you want something that's a small object that you can start with. Anything to hand in your house is great. Now I'm going to start with drawing this apple. So I'm going to move these other items out of the way so that I can focus on this apple. And I know you can't see me, you're going to have to trust me that I am 100% going to be looking at this apple and not looking at the paper. So what I would suggest you do is you place the object in front of you and just look at this. What some artists will do is they will lift up their sketchbook, place their hand under here and cover it so that they are drawing without looking at the object. They really 100% can't see. Now obviously if I do a video where I'm drawing this object with my own hand covered over, it's going to be a very dull video, so I am going to show you what's happening, and again you're going to have to just trust me that I'm not actually looking at my drawing, I am just 100% looking at my object. So I'm going to pop my apple in front of me and I'm going to just start drawing basically. So let me see if I can move this onto the page so you can see. Actually, if I put the apple on the page, and I'm actually going to hold it at a slightly nicer angle just so I can work from there. So I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to work all the way up and around, and I'm just trying to translate some of the elements of the apple into the page. So I'm concentrating so hard here I forgot to speak. Now it's going to be quite hard, I can't see the apple, so I'm going to start to come back to the top and create some marks just to create the feeling of space. And I've got no idea if this is actually working at the moment or not, so there we go, and that's my apple. Okay, not too bad. I had a little look and it's not too bad. So let me have another go now doing a similar thing with the banana. So let me place the banana there. And again, I'm going to try, what I'm actually doing is placing my hand in front of my face so that I can't see the actual drawing and I can just see the banana itself. And what this does is it helps you to sort of build up an understanding of looking. And it does help to kind of keep your pencil on the paper, because if you keep your pencil on the paper you won't lose your place, otherwise you're going to have to then look, and it's important to not look at what you're doing. Round and back to the edge, and hopefully that might join up. Fantastic. So it doesn't quite join up my banana picture, but it's not too bad. And as you can see, doing this, it's a very, very quick exercise, and it's a real lesson in observation. So when I was studying this, for example, I'm noticing how the object goes in here, goes up and around. It's not perfectly straight, and as it comes down here, it comes in, and then there's all this kind of crackly dark area here, and then it comes in. And as I came round, I was like, I'm really not sure how I can interpret this without taking my thing off the paper, so I just tried to get the outline and then back to the beginning and drawing this scraggly bit here. So when I'm studying, when I'm drawing, the key thing we're doing is looking and observing. I'm looking for shapes, I'm looking for these sort of darker parts here, and this is quite a nice banana. It's a few days old, so it's got some little marks where it's been bashed about, so it's got some interesting things to draw on, and I'm looking at shape, form, where the light and dark is. And depending on which way round you put it, it will obviously have different shapes as you're drawing it. So I'm going to have one final go. Let me move these sketches out of the way. Again, just to demonstrate to you the general principle. So let me pop this cup here, and let me see actually if I can do this covered up so neither you or me can see this. So right, what I'm doing now is I'm drawing around the main circle at the top of it. Because I'm viewing it from top, I do have a slightly different angle to you. I'm going to come around the side around the side, and then down the bottom, and then back up to the side. Good. Fantastic. So that one was a little bit more squiffy, slightly different shape because I worked round and then I came down to do the handle and then back up. So again, that took me all of sort of 10-20 seconds to sort of demonstrate, but the idea is I'm looking at this round shape, and within the video you're viewing it from the top. My view was more like this of the cup. So I was trying to draw this round area, then come round the handle and down and up. So this is a bit of fun. It's a way of just tuning yourself into looking and seeing without necessarily worrying about, okay, how can I represent this in a beautifully perfect, realistic way? We're removing all of the preconceptions, the worry, what colour does it have to be? Does it have to look good? Does it have to look realistic? We don't care. We're letting go of all of that. We're making this fun. We are playing with our pencils, our pens, and you don't have to just use pencil. In fact, sometimes using a fine liner pen, a marker pen, can actually be very effective because there's no temptation to rub this out. With a pencil, we can rub out graphite, we can remove bits if we want to, and there's the temptation to kind of rub it out and do it again. I'm not a big fan of using rubbers to kind of erase out stuff. You know, I made these marks, I did them. Does it look like a cup? Probably not the best thing, you know, in terms of a realistic representation, but the core elements are there. I've got the circle at the top, I've got the cup area, and I've got the handle, and I've got a general sense of the perspective. So actually I've picked up three important points. I've picked up the shape and the perspective of it. Okay, so I'd like you to have a go, and I'd like you to have a go with several different objects across several different days. So maybe each day for the next week, you take an object or two and have a go at some simple blind contour drawing. So where you're 100% looking at the object and 0% looking at your piece of paper. So you get these very funny kind of shaped pieces that get the general sense that you have been observing your piece. So have a go. I look forward to seeing what you're up to.